Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise.
So I was like, yes, this is the life I want. Hi guys, and welcome to another video by Trailing Vegan and Frodo, or rather a video with Trailing Vegan and Frodo in it. So this is a little interview I did with a cool guy I met. His name is Yusuke, back in Japan, in Tokyo. And we basically went over a whole bunch of different questions about life, cycling, traveling, financial side of things, and passions really, and why we both are so excited and eager about this life, you can say. Here you can see us just setting up, so hope you enjoy it and have fun, maybe learning a little bit more about this cool guy and maybe learn a bit more about me as well. If you have questions, you can put them definitely down below and I'll answer to them in a Q&A. There we can schedule once we have a few questions kind of added up, if there are things that I haven't answered for you in this interview. Enjoy.
Where is the trip with, where did you start your trip? In Japan?
Matsuyama.
Oh, Matsuyama. Oh, how did you get here? From Australia, right?
Yeah, I flew.
To the Fukuoka?
To Narita, and then from Narita to Matsuyama.
Oh,
and
really?
then I cycled. I rode from Matsuyama up to Mount Fuji.
Oh, Mount Fuji.
Kyoto, Fuji. From Fuji, I climbed Mount Fuji. It was really, really beautiful. And when I came down the very next day, the rain was crazy pouring.
Yeah.
So I was lucky. The weather was really good.
Okay, that's why you got a tan.
Oh, well, I mean, I also cycle outside.
Okay. Okay, but why did you choose the Matsuyama as the first destination?
Because of that bikeway that you have here, right?
Oh, Shimanami?
Yeah, Shimanami.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
So I wanted
it's
to ride
famous
it.
In the, no?
So it's, I actually have the map in my bag, but it's a bunch of different islands, and there's a suspension bridge in between and stuff. So I just went through that. And
how do you, stay usually during the night?
well, I try to do warm showers as much as I can, and sometimes when there was no warm shower hosts available locally, or I couldn't find anything, I just went with a motel. And
oh, so you didn't have a tent?
no tent. Yeah, I did capsule hotel. Yeah. It was interesting. It was really different. I had a good time.
Right.
I thought it offered a lot more for the money that you pay. It was a lot better value. Yeah. So
okay.
personally, I thought that was,
That's good. But how many Warmshowers members have you met during this trip?
In Japan, maybe 4.
Oh, 4?
4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm 5th?
1, 2. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've met a few, I thought.
Are they all Japanese or foreigners?
No, the
Japanese.
lady previous night was an American that lives in Japan, and I also stayed with some Indian postgraduate students.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were studying at university in one of the towns that I was on the way. Onomichi, I think. They're studying there at the university, doing PhD, and they like hosting people.
Okay. Why did you choose Japan? To travel?
I know, it just kept coming up in my mind.
Is that
like
first
wherever
time
I
to visit here?
Yeah, it was my first time here, and it's been really fun. It's been a crazy culture shock.
Tell me, what is that?
Oh, just everything. Like, you have to put a bike in a bag to go on the train. In Australia, you just get on the train and go, no worries. Just food-wise, because I'm a vegan. So that has been a bit of an adjustment to learn how to work through that. Everything, just the way that things are done here, the way it's beautiful. It's very kind. It's very different. The streets are very narrow. You have but it's fun.
So you know, is if you pack the bicycle with a plastic bag or anything back, is you don't have to pay to bring it in the train.
Oh well,
it's free of charge.
I didn't know. So one time I got very lost in the mountains and I couldn't, like, for me to get my way out, I had to like cycle 50 kilometers in the darkness in the middle of the night, not lit up at all, and I was just very concerned. So I decided to catch the train to get myself out, but I didn't know about the bike bag.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So when I went there in the train, they basically wanted to kick me out.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand what was the problem.
Yeah.
Because like in Australia, that's not an issue. You bring your bike on train, no worries. But here, like,
you have to pay?
No pay,
Oh, really?
no cover,
That's
nothing.
good.
Just I know.
I want to move.
Come visit. Yeah. So for me it was, and I couldn't understand. First I needed to figure out what was the issue, because I thought everybody rides a bike here. Like, see, that's a really cool thing about Japan. Everyone, I feel like, rides a bike.
Yeah.
But it was like, surely you're allowed to bring a bike on a train. And only after like that struggle, I've learned that you need to have a bike bag to take a bike on the train. And then the next day I went off and I bought one, and I had one with me for whatever kind of things I wanted to do. I also like to keep my bike with me inside, like my accommodation, because I don't have a lock, right? So it helped in that regard as well, because I was able to just pull it apart, put it in a bag, and the hotel or host didn't mind most of the time.
Well, I'm so surprised that you don't have a lock.
Oh, you know.
Why? Is that you don't have a lock in Australia?
I have a lock in Australia. I just.
What's happened? Just you left it?
I just don't. I don't know. I don't take locks on my trips.
Oh,
Because
that's
I
your
feel-
style.
It's just maybe I should take locks on trips, seriously. But I just feel like it's an extra weight, and I'm always with the bike, either sleeping or riding it. So what's gonna? That's my mindset. But maybe I should have a lock.
You have where you're from, the Australia, right?
I'm from Russia.
Oh, Russia.
I'm Russian, but I live in Australia.
When did you move to the Russia? No, Australia.
To Australia? 5 years ago?
5 years ago. Okay.
And that's when I first started doing cycling. When I moved to Australia, I kind of decided to completely change my life and become this whole new person. So I went vegan and I started cycling and just completely changed overnight. And
Okay, so you used to eat the
Everything,
meat,
yeah.
everything.
yeah, so vegan became quite a big part of my life and my journey, and just, yeah.
I'm very interested in the vegetarian and the vegan culture, because there is not many in Japan, and I think you are the first one.
Oh. There are a few.
Yeah.
You have vegan restaurants in Tokyo. Did you know
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you do. I think it's
Oh, so did you try it?
it's really good. It was
good.
really tasty. And even in all the what I love about Japan is that you have a lot of convenience stores. These little Family Mart, 7-Eleven, Lawson's, they're open 24 hours.
Yeah.
And there's always like some sort of food that you can get there. And as a vegan, there's like seaweed rolls. They're vegan. There's soba noodles. There's bananas. There's fruit cups, bread, and water. Always water. So that's really is amazing to me, because there are places in Australia that close really early, convenience stores, so you have to get there before the store is shut, otherwise you can't get food. And if you're on the road and you really need something, that was really easy in Japan. Food, being able to have access to food and water.
Yeah.
And you have vending machines everywhere. I thought that was really cool. Just because like gives you that guarantee that you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I traveled around Japan. That was 6 years ago. Yeah, that was my first trip in my life, and then I think I spent kind of 3.5 months to cycling around Japan, and then
Oh, really?
Yes. Then I found it's so easy.
Easy cycling in Japan?
Easy cycling, even though this is my first time to do that, and then I'm not the specialist in the cycling at the time, so I just bought the bicycle and just tried it. So
what kind of bike did you have?
And that one, no, it's not here. It's the same one like yours.
Road bike?
Yeah, road bikes, and it's the brand company is the Giant.
Yeah, I have 2 Giants.
Oh, really?
And this is my knuckle, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love Giant bikes. My very first bike was a Giant. It was not like, it was one of the cheaper ones, and it lasted me 25,000 kilometers. It was amazing.
Yeah, mine is really, really strong. It's still alive. I have rode it more than 5 years, and then nothing is damaged. So it's really strong. So, and then I thought at first I have no idea, how to the travel is with bicycle. So. And then, but I found it. Oh, there's convenience stores everywhere. Like 1 kilometer at least, even in the countryside. So it's easy to get food and waters. And then there is also public toilet. So
that too. And
if you don't care, you can take a water from there. So
and it's not like not every country does that. Have you cycled in Europe at all?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, where did you cycle in Europe?
It starts from the Poland in Warsaw, and then going to the Austria. It's the Czech Republic and Austria, and Germany and the Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, and France. Yes, this is my trip in Europe. Yeah, the reason why I did it, I just loved cycling. Also, I play the violin. Maybe you read it in my profile, but it's okay. But I like playing the violin, and then I know it's famous in that Europe has the folk music, like Irish music. And then there was a kind of folk music festivals in France near the Rennes. So I want to visit there. So, okay, how do I go? Okay, bicycle. So I just took a bicycle and then with my violin on the back, and then so.
And you had pannier bags as well.
Yeah.
Rack, and you had your stuff.
So I think I had 3 weeks in total during the trip. Yeah, I really like it. I met the 5 or 6 Warmshowers each area to stay, and then they're so heartwarming and welcome me with really, really delicious food and kindness. So, and then funny stories I have. That was when the members in the Munich in the Germany. Yeah, they are the Warmshowers members, and then this is last year's. I got the one guest from the Germany's. No, it's couples from the Germany's. They are traveling from the Europe, and then traveling to the Central Asia to the Japan. So they want me to host them. So okay, I go welcome. And then we talk about each other, and then they are from the Germany. And then first day is we stay at the town near the Munich. And then it's okay. And then I start remembering that I haven't been there. And then I stay at the Warmshowers members' house. Maybe we stay at the same member's house. And then we stayed the name of the guest, host, and then we found it is there.
It's the
same one.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's so small world.
Yeah. Well, because there's people who are really interested in cyclists.
And one more funny story to me during the Europe trip is when I visit the Rennes from the Switzerland today. I didn't have a credit card. I have only cash. Yes, and then I arrived at the Rennes and then trying to find the place to stay. So I stopped by the hotels and hostels to ask for any a room available, but they say no room. It's full. Okay, I have to be outside. But I'm so tired, so Well, I want to stay, sleep on the bed. So I'm so upset. I got upset. So,
Yeah.
but I was no idea how to do that. So I just sitting on the near the river, and then the two homeless is a crossing nearby, and then they ask me, "What are you doing?" And then we talk about each other's, and so I told them I'm looking for the place to stay, and then they start thinking, well, okay, why don't you go to the fire stations, ambulance, police stations, or hospital? They might help you. Okay, is that right? Oh, we can do that. We will negotiate it. And then I just followed them. And then we arrived at the hospital in the rain. And then they knock the doors. And then the security guys appears, and then they start talking, and then the one lady came up. And they also negotiate with them about my accommodations. At first, they kind of got angry. What are you talking about? Are you serious?
Yeah.
I think they are talking about in the French, but I could understand somehow because it's obvious.
Yeah.
But the one lady, I think she is a doctor. She somehow is a figure out my situations, and then I also joined the conversations, and then I explained why my the situation like this, and then she is so kindly decided to host me at the waiting room. So.
Was it cold?
No, it's not cold.
Outside, was it cold?
No, it's not that. It's not that cold. It's just not that warm. It's not too cold because it's summer. So.
Oh, it was summer.
Yeah. So I sleeping on the kind of bench. So so I have never imagined that I was helped by the homeless.
That's amazing. That's so good.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
So. But what I regretted, I couldn't directly say the thank you to them because they soon left it after the doctor is okay. So this is kind of what I most regretted. So I want to visit again the rain and trying to find them and then say thank you. So as a whole, I really enjoyed my trip in Europe, especially the Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein, have you been there?
No, yet, no.
Liechtenstein, it's so beautiful. It's like, I don't know, how should I express the greatness? It's, I know, it's a really, really small town, much smaller than Tokyo. Because
Tokyo's massive.
I just could pass the country like within half of a day. Yeah, it's really small country, but the nature is so amazing. Like it's like a great wall. There is the two. I don't know. It's the nature. Country is covered by the huge the stone wall. And so like the nature castles. Yeah, I have never seen like that nature. So I was so shocking, but I was really enjoying the cycling, and then it was like another countries. Never seen that.
So when you go cycling, do you track it? Do you have a Strava or some kind of GPS just to map?
I just try to use the paper map. Also, I use the offline map.
Okay, then
yes. Maps, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And do you record? Like, can you, after your 3 weeks of travel, you see how many kilometers you went? No, you can't?
I didn't.
You don't like that? So you just
maybe I'm a lazy person to keep a diary. I'm really bad at keeping a diary. So I didn't do that.
You didn't?
I didn't record it, but I'm trying to post it on the Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, that you're in this town or that town.
And also I like taking the photos, so yeah.
Yeah, and videos?
At that time, I didn't have a good cameras, and I have a photos and then also smartphone like this. So I I took a photos, not the videos. So.
Yeah.
Because video have much data, so I don't think it make it. So yeah.
Fair enough.
But now I'm now I'm kind of
More equipped?
more prefer the video rather than the photos. So maybe if I now do that cycling trip, I'm definitely take a video. Yeah. Now, actually, this year I'm thinking to go to the Taiwan.
Oh yeah, Healy.
Taiwan, yes, yeah. With my bicycle because Taiwan is famous for the cycling. It's really now cycling is famous in Taiwan. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You know Giant from the Taiwan, you know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I have heard though, like this trip specifically, I've heard a lot about Taiwan and people talk about Taiwan. And
then Taiwan is small enough to the cycling around maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, Ireland. Yeah, 2 weeks. So maybe 2 weeks is maybe I can take vacations.
Yeah.
All the time, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
How long are your distances that you like to travel? Do you go city by city, or do you just, I want to cycle 100 kilometers today, so you just go? How does that work for you?
If the budget and the length of the holiday is not limited, I try maybe cycling somewhere and then find it, this looks good, I want to visit and stop by, and then it's trying to explore that, and then if I satisfied, I start cycling again like this. This is what I do. But if the budget is limited and 10 days, yeah, maybe I try
push
cycling maybe at least 100 kilometers per day. Yeah. Actually, when I traveling around Japan, I did that. So I every day cycling like at least the 100 kilometers per day. So
yeah, because like if you have to fly out of another city, like you want to make it there in time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How much stuff do you bring? How heavy are your bags when you go?
What is the question?
Heavy, the bags? Like, do you bring a lot of things? Do you very little, or?
I try to bring the stuff as little as possible because it's burden.
Yeah.
But at least I have some clothes like for 3 days, maybe the pants and the t-shirts and then the socks. Yeah. And
cycling shoes, yeah?
Not cycling, just a normal one. Why?
No, my first tour that I did, 1,000 kilometer bike tour, I did in regular shoes, and then all of my friends started telling me, you need to buy bike shoes, you need to buy bike shoes.
Why?
To make it easier when you... Easier.
But
so now it's bike shoes.
But is it difficult to walk it?
No.
It's making a sound.
yeah, well it makes a sound, but I'm not doing much walking, am I?
Right.
I'm doing more cycling.
Right. I've never bought the shoes.
Yeah, if you have so much experience cycling and you're gonna go for another trip sometime, it's just I feel like it makes it easier. You'll get used to it, like a clip-on clip, and you get used to it. But I love them, and I live in them
really?
for weeks at a time.
I have never thought that. But if I buy the shoes like this, I have to change also the pedal one. The pedals,
but I have one type of pedal that I like, and for that it comes with a little clip. This thing here comes with it, with the pedal. So my 3 bikes all have exact same pedal. I bought a new pedal, and then I have shoes, and I just screw the clip in the shoe.
I see.
And this is a mountain bike shoe, so it's flat. See?
It's flat.
And it's like little clip here. For road bike, clip is outside, so it's harder to walk. But mountain bike, it's fine. See? You can't see it. It's flat.
Is that waterproof? It seems like waterproof.
No, it's wet. I mean, sorry. It gets wet. Yeah, but I mean it dries. Yeah.
I see. Well, you don't have another shoes?
I have hiking shoes because I climbed Mount Fuji, and I have flip-flops. But usually I just bring flip-flops and these, and that's it.
I see. So how was... I was wondering, did you watch the football games? Since you were from Russia.
I saw that a lot of people comment that Russia won, but I didn't watch it, no, but I know that, yeah.
You're not a big fan for the soccer.
Not right now, no.
Not right now.
I used to date someone who was really, really into soccer. So when I dated him, I watched the games. But after we broke up, I just cycled.
Okay.
You watch a lot of soccer?
No, because it's the time difference. It's the if I watch the the games of Japan, I have to stay overnight.
See, there you go. And I'm cycling in the morning. You can't be doing that.
But this time Japan did well. Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. So actually, you stopped by the crossing road. That place is it's become crazy when the Japan won the game. It's the soccer fan is gathered over there, and then it's crossing everywhere from every direction. And they being crazy and singing during the night.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was so. It's one of the most famous place in Japan. So
Very cool.
yeah. So after Japan, you left Japan and for the Europe, and the first country is
Sweden. I fly into Sweden because I want to do Trolltunga, the hike in Norway. You know, it's like a big important hike. So I want to do that. So I'm gonna fly into one of the towns there, and I'm gonna cycle for a few days up to Oslo. And then I'm gonna meet a couple of friends in Oslo. And then we're gonna do the hike. We're gonna drive, do the hike, and then get back to Oslo, fly to Amsterdam. And then from Amsterdam, I'm going to just cycle down through France, Italy, Croatia. So like quite a bit of
that's a long.
It is. But you've done it. How big was your journey? You did a long journey, 3 weeks.
Yeah. But so how many days do you have left?
I have a good amount of time left. I have 5 weeks left.
Okay, that's good. How did you start the cycle?
I started cycling because I really wanted a sport that I could enjoy and that would keep me fit, keep me outside. I always felt very energized and happy and fulfilled when I was outside, so I knew I needed something that would get me out there. I used to run, but you can only run so far and so fast as a human. So I was actually watching some people on YouTube, and I saw them cycling up mountains in Thailand and having a good time, and they were also vegan. So I was like, yes, this is the life I want. So I decided, that's it, I'm going vegan and I'm buying a bike. So, so I did that. And I no longer follow those people as much anymore, but I felt like cycling is definitely, and veganism is definitely something that resonates with me, and really I feel connected to it, and just works really well. The very first, hill I climbed, I had to stop like 3 times, and it was a little hill. But like, after some time, I was able to climb it straight away without stopping. Not a big hill, but yeah. And it just makes you feel amazing at the top, because you feel like you're a champion, right? Like you're a winner. You're accomplishing something every single time, and it's just, I love that feeling. Just like I love the feeling when you get from cycle touring, when you get from point A to point B, and it's a big distance, but you did it at the end of the day, and you feel like a champion. You're like, I did it.
Right.
And YouTube became part of my life because I wanted to share how amazing I felt with people. I wanted to share that and show that you can have all this different experience, you can travel, you can have fun, you don't have to be sad and feel unhappy with your life. If you do, you can just go out on an adventure and be brave. And at times I have felt scared, and things didn't go the right way, and things happened, but I'm just so very glad and happy after every single trip that I have to do, and I'm always high, like on energy and vibrations, and it just makes me very happy. And I get to do a lot of reading as well, because I listen to audiobooks. So it's I get to read a lot while I'm cycling as well.
Really?
Yeah, because
while cycling?
Audiobooks.
Oh really? But is it kind of, I don't know, it's dangerous to while cycling?
Not if it's, flat.
You notice. It's difficult to notice.
I pay attention.
Oh, really? It's good.
I still like.
Okay.
I do okay. I don't do it somewhere like that's dangerous or anything. But if it's it's a country road for 60 k's, like you can relax and just ride.
Good.
And not many cars, and that way you kind of engage in your mind and you're also fitness, physically working out as well. So it's very enjoyable, I think.
Okay. Oh, it's common to to listen to the music while they're cycling, but the listen to the books is kind of my first time to hear. Yeah.
And podcasts.
Podcasts.
Audiobooks or music, like either one, and you just variation. When you cycle for 10 hours a day, you need something for your mind sometimes to.
What kind of books? What kind of book?
Different. I have started, maybe in Russian, I decided that I want to kind of get back in touch with more Russian stuff, so I've listened to a lot of Russian classics. Then I also like to listen non-fiction science books. I listen to autobiographies. I listen to like some philosophical books about like religion or people's searches for things. Like on this trip, I've listened to 2 books so far, and one was about a man and his wife spending 40 days in the desert and their spiritual growth and like kind of awareness and like on that kind of level. And another one was about a group of people crossing the Himalayas in the winter. So experience with that, what they found, like animals dying, altitude sickness, like all the different things.
But at least I understand what kind of a story you like.
It's interesting. I like different. I also read a book about Elon Musk recently as well, the Tesla guy. So that was very engaging. I've learned a lot from it, and it was just very inspiring and educational for me. So I like things that like would engage me if I'm just like out cycling and I feel very relaxed and very calm. And if it's like stressful cycling, then I like music that like relaxes my mind if the body's stressing. So it's like depends on what's going on.
I see.
Yeah,
that's good.
But I like learning. I like to come out of these trips, learned something, changed in some way, made my mind, like expanding my mind and kind of understanding more about other cultures or other religions, other people, learning more about myself and others, and just grow and hopefully change for the better.
Which country have you been? Have you traveled?
I've cycled in New Zealand. I've cycled in Australia. I've also cycled in US. I've done a little bit of cycling in China. I've cycled Japan now, and I'm about to go to Europe and do quite a bit of cycling there.
But you haven't in Russia?
No, not yet in Russia.
But do you want to do that in the future?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think Russia is definitely like one of the more challenging countries in a way. But I speak Russian and...
Yeah. Why not?
See what my grandparents think I'm nuts. They do not understand this at all. But yeah, they're very concerned about me. But my mom bought me a tracker, a GPS tracker that sends links using satellites, not internet, not phone, but satellites. And it basically sends where you are located anywhere in the world to a website. Every 10 minutes there's a link, there's a point. So she goes on that website at any time, she knows where I'm at in the last 10 minutes.
Monitoring.
Yeah, so she but it's good, and it makes her feel better as well. It makes me feel safer at the same time. If it's night time and I'm cycling somewhere, I know that it's okay. So that's definitely something that is good in this sense if you're into this kind of adventure in the middle of nowhere where you don't know anyone.
I see. China also, you have been there.
I have. I wasn't as much into cycle touring when I went to China, but I rented a bike there and I just went cycling in the area when I went there, and it was just beautiful again. There were mountains, then rice fields, mountains on the back, and teeny little roads for the bike, and it was just so beautiful. Like
a typical Chinese, I don't know, it's the nature view.
The way I found out about Warmshowers, a dream that I have and it's a dream, it's a goal, it's something that I work towards, and I'm preparing myself for. Is attempting a Guinness World Record to cycle around the globe and be the fastest female. There's only ever 2 females that have ever done it, so I'm wanting to be the next one, basically. And with not coming from a cycling background, I know that I need to do quite a bit of training for that and preparing and learning what's it like cycling in different countries and just really getting the body ready for it. So with that in mind, on that journey, I went looking for who is the current male record holder for Guinness World Record, and it was a man from New Zealand, from Greymouth, from one of the little towns in New Zealand. So I found him on Facebook and I sent him a message trying talking to him, and he accepted and he talked to me and we talked a little bit. At that time he was the world record holder for Guinness World Record for the circumference of the planet, fastest, and I asked him how much did it cost you, because I would love to do that one day too, and I'm really getting into the cycle touring thing. And he said that it cost him like something very small, like he was 4 months cycling as fast as he could around the globe, and it cost him like $20,000 or something, or or 15, but like not a lot if you think about it. For 4 months, like I would expect you need 60, because you need to stay somewhere every night, you need to eat, you need to have your flights, you need to pay for visa, you need to pay for your bike for something, just a lot of different things. So to me it was, wow, like how is this even freaking possible? And he told me about Warmshowers, and he said, you know, there's this community where people love to help people who love cycling. These people usually cycle themselves, they've done long distance tours or bicycle trips. They were helped in the past, they want to share, and you should look into that. And I did. And in the beginning I was a little bit hesitant and like scared of anything and everything unknown. The first couple of Warmshowers hosts were in Australia that I checked out, and it just went very lovely and nice, and I went through with that, and yeah, that's how I came to do it. And,
wow. And
I promoted more and more on my YouTube as well, because I feel like, you know, I appreciate the people that share their hospitality with me. I want to kind of encourage everyone to use the community, to take part of the community, to say this is not scary, this is, you know, possible, and you don't have to, you know, earn millions of dollars. You can explore the world and live your dream. to like be able,
live your dream.
Yeah, and you know, like to be able to, you can live your dream and you don't have to be a millionaire. Just make it happen, and everything will work out and fall into place.
Wow.
That's
lovely. Wow, that's so interesting way to find the Warmshowers.
How did you find Warmshowers?
Alright, let me explain. How did I met the Warmshowers? That was when I cycling around Japan. I was in the Kyoto.
Yeah.
I was in the Kyoto. Have you been there?
Kyoto, yeah. I saw the what's it called? The red arches, the Inari. Inari Jinja. Yeah. Yeah. Red gates. Yeah, loads of red gates. Many gates. Right, so beautiful. Yeah.
So I stay at the hostel in the Kyoto, and then this is kind of just normal hostels, and then there was a kind of meeting event, and then I just joined it, and then there was one person. He's from the Belgium, and then we introduced each other, and then I found that he is a cyclist, and he is cycling around the Kyotos, and then I introduced myself. I'm actually traveling around Japan, but it's really expensive to stay like the hostel. I have to pay like at least 3,000 yen without food, without breakfast. It's so tough to me. I'm just a student, so I couldn't make it. Yeah. But then he advised me, okay, then why don't you use it, Warmshowers? What is this? I didn't know that. You must use it. You must use it. This is so helpful. You can actually he used it Warmshowers, and when I think that was his first day in Japan, he cycled from the Tokyo to the Yokohama, and then he found Warmshowers members in Yokohama, and then he messaged him, and then he soon is replied to him, and then he kind of made an appointment to meet, and then I think that they met at the park, and then soon he took him to his apartment, and then he served really delicious dinners. So this is what he explained it to me. So I saw what is this? Is this happening really? So is that maybe
is it real?
Is he right? So, but it's he sent me to the kind of link of the Warmshowers, and then so but anyway I tried to register it, and then I trying to find the members around Kyoto, and then. Actually, the next days I'm moving to the Osaka, so I also check the Osaka area to find the members, and then just found the one members. His name is Oshima Yoshifumi, and then he also and his photos is kind of crazy. He dressed up the kind of really winter warm clothes with a bike on a Iceland. I don't know, somewhere like Iceland. Wow.
It's gonna be a good story.
He must be crazy, but let's try. I just send it to the request, and then he soon replied back to me. Okay, welcome.
Come say.
Yeah. And then, wow, I couldn't believe it. Wow, is that happening? I have never, tried that kind of online chatting. So this is my first time.
Yeah.
It's really scared to, talk with someone unknown. So, but as soon as after the message he soon called me. Yeah. So I was wondering, should I take it? Should I take it, or should I just keep it? But I tried it, and then it's the token, and then and then soon is hello, my name is Yusuke, so it's will you come tonight? So it's but I have to walk until the evening, so could you wait around this time so that we can meet somewhere around this? And then so we made an appointment to meet. So I was kind of shocking after the calling, after the talking on the phone, but it's kind of, I don't know, my heart kind of is it's dancing, or not dancing, but it's
adrenaline.
The Warmshowers, it's already a big community, of the cyclists. So it's easy to to meet the cyclists like you, so that we can share each story, and we can get the advice, experience, so that you help your next or future trip as well. So sometimes the members introduce their friends in different areas I'm gonna go, so that if the connection is going on, and I can stay so this is how I
came to it.
I came to meet the Warmshowers, but it's at that time there is not many members in Japan, so it's difficult to meet the Warmshowers members actually. But it seems it's getting the better. I mean, the members and number of members is increasing, and so. But during the trip, I rather use the couch surfing. Couch surfing,
I've never used couch surfing yet.
But couch surfing is more active at the time. But now I'm just only use the Warmshowers. Now I'm just a guest. I use it as a host. Because I'm using a lot as a guest. So now it's my turn, to someone to somehow help to someone as a returns.
I think it's beautiful.
Actually, this April, I got a request from the 4 cyclists.
Oh wow!
There are 2 of them from the England, 2 of them from the Australia actually, and then they are now traveling in Japan, and then so they stay together, 4 people together, and they stay at my small house. It's really small. It's I think it's smaller than here. But anyway, but it's kind of crazy and it's fun. Why they are traveling is because to go to the Russia to watch the World Cup from Japan.
Okay.
All right, you got it. From Japan, they start traveling and then cross the oceans, and then it's crossing to passing the China, Mongolia, and Russia,
When
and then
was
Moscow.
that was a while ago, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I suppose they are now is watching the football games in Russia.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, but they love the football. So and then
Yeah.
they have this. They want to do something crazy, and then but they want to also watch the football games in Russia.
Yeah.
So how can I make it? Okay, let's try.
Let's just go crazy.
Let's go.
But it's also nice to have, if you're gonna go for that long, to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
friends with you as well.
Yeah.
That's always nice.
Actually, the 1 week ago, I had one woman guest from the Tasmania.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I think she's now traveling around the Hokkaido. Yeah.
See, you know so many people from Australia.
Yeah, so I found it. Wow, there's people from Australia.
You should come traveling in Australia.
I want to do that.
Yeah, I live in Brisbane. You have your friend in Tasmania.
Yeah.
You can you can have my
I
maps.
have never been there, but yeah, so definitely
Absolutely.
the Australia the destination to go. So yeah.
I can even like go with you a little bit for like a day. I can take you like down or up.
Thank you.
Because I've cycled all the coast in Australia.
Really?
Yeah, apart from the desert. I've done about 6,000 kilometers of
Wow.
cycling in Australia around the coast. So like you can look at my maps. That's my bread and butter. Like I know this stuff.
Wow, that's good. Thank you.
Like completely, if you
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, so I want to somehow continue it's a travel with my bicycle, but now its job is kind of tough.
Job.
It's
But
busy.
you can take a break at some point after a
but
few
just
years.
1 or 2, at most 2 weeks, maybe.
At most?
So yeah.
Well, cycle for 10 days, fly back.
Yeah. So that's why I'm now thinking the next one is in Taiwan. Yeah.
Closer?
Taiwan, yeah.
Well, you know, years in the track.
Yeah, but I wants to traveling around the world once.
Yeah.
So maybe spending 1 or 2 years.
I think it's
wanna
very
do
cool.
I want to do that. So,
One day
Yeah.
in the future.
One day I want to do that. Otherwise,
You can do it.
I can't go to the heavens. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a beautiful thing.
I can go to the heaven. I
Completely.
can't die. Maybe.
I need to do this. That's amazing. That's your dream.
Yes, and I want to film myself. I
Film.
mean, as a documentaries. I mean, yeah.
I get it.
So that's why now I'm working
good.
for the TV company, TV programs, TV stations to learn how to make
Good
the
video.
good videos and then how can I manage the filming at the same time with the traveling. So
Yeah, well, I mean, with the little devices like that,
Yeah.
it makes it a lot easier.
Easier.
In the beginning, I just had my phone,
Uh-huh.
and you try to cycle, like you need to hold your roll, you have to film the phone, and it's just, it's much nicer to have a little actual camera, and they're much cheaper now than they were 5 years ago. So there's all these connectors, adapters to your bike or to your helmet or to your body. You can wear a little vest and it will look directly onto the road. Like, I'm all about that. I'm super into that.
But how many batteries do you have?
Well, I have 3 batteries for GoPro. I have 4 batteries for the drone.
I see.
I have a couple of these little peggy things to constantly charge my phone, and you go with that. And
Okay.
Depends
That's
what
3
you
or
want
4.
and-
Alright, I got it. Oh.
And the phones are pretty good too. I mean, like, I know the lighting's a bit funny, but it's, I think it's the information in this session that's very,
I
very
see.
valuable. How did you get into cycling? How did you?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a long story actually. That was when I was before the go to the enrolled universities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't cycle. I didn't cycle so much. I'm just kind of just normal student in the high school, but I'm failed entrance examinations twice. So I had to study for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. Yeah. Because to go to enroll the university. But I found it's impossible because I really bad at the paper examination. So I have to think somehow how can I go to the university? I want to study, but I'm really good, but bad at the paper examinations. So I was thinking, I'm trying to research the university which is fit me, and I found one university which offered interview examinations. Interview examinations with one project to do before the enrolling the university. Okay, that sounds good. And then to that university, it's unique in Japan. All courses in English, so that's why now I can speak English like this. So I like English at that time too. And then the examination is about. So I have to submit the kind of proposal for the project to do before going to the university. So I have a kind of half of a year to do the project. Maybe you can take a volunteers, do the internship, or I don't know, go to the business schools, anything. You can do that as long as it's help you in university. So I'm thinking, what should I do? I know the university is really international, so I expect there's so many international students. So I could imagine that situation that they will ask me about Japan. So but I'm not sure I can answer enough because I don't know about the Japan, even though I'm from Japan, because I didn't travel at all. So
at that time.
Maybe it's better to see Japan first before going to the university. So okay, I should travel around Japan, but how should I do? Train is better, airplane is better, car is better? No, it's not good. Why don't you do that by bicycle?
That is a crazy thing.
This is how I start my bicycle trip around Japan. The reason why I chose a bicycle, if I train, I have to move from the station to the station. If I take a plane, let's move from the airport to the airport. It's kind of direct way.
Yeah.
So I can see the
location, but not the distance between. Yeah.
But I want to see every single part.
Yeah.
With my eye and ears.
Feel it. Yeah.
So that's why. And then walk or bicycle.
Walk takes too long. Walking takes too long.
But I have only half a year. So
half a year.
Half a year. So
wow.
Then this bicycle is good.
Yeah, wow. So
then this is how I start cycling.
So your first trip was 6 months?
Yeah, no, actually just like 4 months. Because I have to write the kind of report about my trip. Also, I have to prepare for the entrance.
4 months though, it's a very long time to be away from home, parents, friends, your regular life.
Yeah.
Because that's like one of the biggest struggles, I guess, with these trips, right? If you go for shorter time, a couple of weeks, it's fine. But if it's 4 months, you just So it's usually the student in Japan, they enroll the school from April, but it's my situation, my case. Since I have spent half of a year for the project, I enrolled to the university from April, September. But this university is flexible. So you can start from the April or easier than September. So which is good. Yeah, very good. And you know what? At the end of the day, like if you're gonna spend 3 years or 5 years or however many at university, whenever you started it, like it doesn't really matter that much. Nor do if you get a B or A or a C, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you got that experience, you finished your uni, and what is your next step? Where did it get you as well?
Yeah, exactly. So, and then plus I had already 2 years gap years because I failed the examinations a lot.
But did you do something interesting in your gap year?
Yeah. And so what I got interested in during the gap years is I liked meeting people. Definitely, I like to meet the new people. I like to experience the new values, its cultures, traditions also. and so that's why I want to see them as much as possible. So how should I involve the things with my job? And then I come up with this media. Media must be good, as the media can deal with every single topics, you know.
Yeah.
So if I have interest in it, so and then it's also that I'm interested in the documentary. Yeah, I don't know why, but I have been watching the documentary since I was I don't know, elementary school student. I'm really interested in it, so I want to make it. So okay, then after the trip, I seriously thinking to to be the directors. So then that's why I'm working for the TV stations and as assistant directors, and then I want to become the directors in the futures and then to film the documentaries. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
And then plus I like the I should talk about this. Well, I'm traveling around, when I traveling around Japan.
Yeah.
Where I stay, the someone's house, but there are not many Japanese. Actually, the foreigners. Yeah, there are so many foreigners in Japan, living in Japan. I didn't know that. Actually, there are so many teachers, English teachers, living in the local countryside. And then they are the member of the Couchsurfing or Warmshowers members. So I contact them, and then they welcome me, and then I don't know how many people, how many I could meet, but I stay at so many teachers' house and then stay speaking English. It is kind of good practice for me before going to the universities.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that I'm using English in Japan while traveling in Japan, you know.
But you want to be a producer and director in the future.
Yeah.
That is what you're gonna, when you're gonna go on a bigger scale, documentaries.
Yeah.
That is how you're gonna capture a bigger audience. You're gonna be able to produce your videos in English.
Yeah. So it's thanks to the English, I somehow could meet the foreign people living in Japan. If I couldn't speak the English, I never could meet them. Yeah, definitely. So I really appreciate being able to speak the languages. So that's why I'm now trying to practice English now. Also, I'm trying to actually learning Spanish.
Good work. Good for you. How do you find the time with your crazy busy work?
That's a problem, but somehow I try to make us spare this small time and then practice.
You make time for what's important to you.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah. So I think definitely that trip is my still motivations to me to push myself to trying to learn something new, experience something different. Yeah. So that's why I'm trying to welcome the cyclist, even though I'm busy, because I can experience something new or something different, and it's maybe change me some way in a positive way. So
absolutely.
That's why. And then if I make a connection with them, I mean the friends, somehow I can visit them in the future. So I want to connect many people spread out in the world.
Because we're all connected, we're all one, and if you get to actually meet and bond and talk with people who are on the same mindset, same wavelength, and do same things for same reasons, like it's just you're gonna have way more fun in life, I think, than with people who are not really. So
maybe next month also, I have requested. I have received a request from the Warmshowers members traveling around Japan. So I think it's every month.
Every month, but that's so good.
So for every month I have.
Thank you for being on Warmshowers. How many guests have you had so far, do you think?
So far, at least 10 guests.
At least 10?
Or is it 10 guests at least, or maybe 15 guests. And then sometimes I introduce them to my families, especially my mom. Actually, they live in Tokyo as well. It's not that far from here, just like 30 minutes by train. So yeah, we sometimes have a dinner together. Yeah, at the parents' house, and especially my mom. She also likes the kind of international interactions. So, and she likes English as well. So, but she is a house. Well, how should I say? She doesn't work, and then she's houseworkers. So she doesn't have much, the opportunity,
to talk to other people.
Especially to try in English. So sometimes she travel actually in England by alone, but usually daily life it's difficult. So that's why I'm trying to introduce them and have a dinner together, and then somehow as an exchange the culture, the conversation with them. So that mother is very encouraged to do something new, or I don't know, travel somewhere again. Actually, the last week as I told. I hosted the women from the Tasmania, and then actually we went to also the parents' house and then have a dinner together. And then my mom is totally love her, and then she already asked her, can I go to the Tasmania in the future?
Oh yeah. Even if you have your friends come to Brisbane, that's
and then
not.
she said, okay, welcome anytime. It seems to be like this, So. Yeah. So this is how she, connects the people and then try to travel different, somewhere different. Yeah.
Challenge herself and go outside of her comfort zone.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Do you want to tell me just a little bit about your documentary that you want to put together with these videos?
Now the documentaries. I'm now filming the documentary about the cyclists. I mean, especially the Warmshowers members, because I think the Warmshowers is really, really great communities in terms of the hospitalities, also exchange the experience and the cultures and the values as well. Even though that we are different in the nations, or I don't know, the age or genders, or it's any language. Even though we have a differences, we can share something. So I found that this is a really great thing. So I want to somehow record it, and then especially the cyclists. They are now trying to do something great. Some people, it's trying to literally traveling around the world, spending some years. And then some people are just trying to, I don't know, maybe some couples just enjoying the traveling by bicycle, but they somehow, is trying to understand the local people, the local cultures, during their trip. So somehow I found it they have a, I don't know, they try to, to interact with the locals. So I think this is a really, really great ideas, and I really respect them. So that's why I want to film their motivation, their interest, and their discoveries while they are traveling. So I don't know how should I compose my documentary, but somehow I'm now just trying to interview my guests. And then trying to, find what they are thinking about Japan, how they see Japan. Because it's really interesting, their way of thinking, their way of seeing Japan. Japan is an island, so it's kind of difficult to see. It's for me to see Japan from the outside, So
that's outsider's view.
Like objectively. So, but sometimes I need the third opinion, so that I can see Japan in different ways.
And all the different parts.
I'm just start this project, so I have no idea how many people I can interview, or I have no idea, but I'm just trying. I'm just trying.
I think it's beautiful what you're doing, and spreading the word about cycling and community, and just sharing the positive, life and attitude and
Yeah.
inspiration, and I think it's beautiful.
And then at least so far, what I found it is to be open is really important in terms of the meeting the different people is someone unknown. Otherwise, we can't get we can't understand each other. So maybe some people say that you have to be open, but at first I have to be open. So
I think it's both ways.
Both ways, but if you if you expect too much, it's not good. So first, I have to be the open, and then trying to, it's the melting each other, melting the barriers. So this is my way to communicating with the people, especially someone unknown.
But I think it's the right way.
But of course, there's a cyclist. I mean, from Warmshowers, most of them is really, really kind and it's open, and it's good. But it's especially in Japan. It's not Japan. No, it's not about Japan. But there is some people. It's not the unwelcoming. It's hesitating. To talk to the others. So at that time, because I want to be the directors. Sometimes I have to interview someone who don't like me or who don't like the talking.
Have different opinions and views.
But I have to somehow face them. So somehow get what they're thinking. So So I need to
practice.
So this is to me.
It's okay, but that one is still going. No, but that's a good skill to have.
This is this is partly my practice to how should I
your future job.
Future job also. How should I get along with for the short times. That's so cool. Not only the word choice, but also the face
and reading,
the gestures, also the atmosphere. I don't know, but
all has changed, no time to wait. Orcs and demons lurking, but I'm not afraid. Well prepared, confident, rushing through the halls with the sword in my hand. Getting stronger every hour, casting spells with so much power. People raise my banner, tanks on every castle tower. No quest too hard for me, if you wanna join, just bend the knee. Don't miss the chance of victory. We're gonna make history. Whatever I wanna be, nothing blocks me. I'm free. I'm gonna beat my enemy.
I'm not sure they have a box of.
As a water or a mage.
So I hope they have some.
Every age,
so let's try.